This is a story I don't want to tell. It makes me look stupid. It makes my channel partner look bad, potentially. But the truth is, I can't not tell this story. I have to tell this story because it could really help the person watching. And that's what matters the most, is preventing this from happening to anybody else. So I just had a very dangerous situation happen. I damaged my tractor, and I got lucky that nothing worse happened. Now, this video title probably says something like, I had an accident, but I don't like that word. It's put in there for brevity to make the title fit into the space provided. But accident is a lazy term that shifts blame to somebody else. This was not an accident. This was preventable by doing some pretty obvious things. So let's talk about it. I took a brush cutting job that was a long way from home. And I had a long drive with my tractor on the trailer. And I trailer this tractor all the time. And my previous tractor, I'm always, driving tractors down the road. And I've never had a problem like this. But it's also very much not an isolated incident. So what actually happened was the door latch came loose, swung open, busted the door off, and all of that door hardware and the glass and everything comes flying off while I'm driving down the road. I'm really fortunate that door mechanism, that like metal bar, didn't bounce off and bounce into someone's car or something. So why is this my fault instead of blaming it on the tractor door? Well, there's a few reasons. First, I want to talk about my John Deere tractor owner's manual. My John Deere did not have a cab, and it said in the owner's manual never to trailer your tractor facing forward. Always trailer it facing backward so that the hood doesn't fly open. Well, my opinion on this, and everyone can have their own opinion, but there are situations, depending on the size of your tractor and the size of your trailer, where the most important thing is centering the weight of your tractor in a way that makes towing safe. That's my number one priority, has not been, what if the door flies open? What if the hood flies up? And I saw a bunch of people who had John Deere tractors where their hood flew open and it did a bunch of damage to the tractor driving down the road. And so I read that, and what I did was every time I transported my John Deere, I would put a strap over the hood so it couldn't open. And that's what I did. And sometimes I would haul it backward, but if the situation required me to haul it going forward, then I would strap the hood down. Now, this is my first cab tractor, and I gave a little bit of thought to the doors, but it was hauled to me going forward, and I've hauled it a bunch of times going forward, never had a problem. But here's the thing about these types of cab doors, and tell me if your brand is the same way, but on the cab tractors I've used, if you close it soft, if you close the door soft, it'll click and stay closed, but it's not fully latched. And you can hear it, and you can even see it. And if you kind of give it just a little more nudge, or you close it with a little bit more momentum, it will kind of double click into the latch mechanism and be more securely latched. What I believe happened is I loaded this thing in the dark late last night, and I was in and out of this side several times, and I think the last time I got in, I only got it to click once. And then you've got all that vibration, and I'm going highway speeds, and it's a windy day, and the wind from the highway speeds. And I think that vibration and everything, it rattled and popped open. Now, I could have prevented that in several ways. I could have hauled the tractor facing backward. I could have made sure it was double clicked, but why not lock the door? That surely would have been a big improvement. Now, my dealership says they've had a few cases of this happen where a customer was hauling it and this happened, or they were hauling it, it happened. And their policy has been that whenever they can't haul facing backward, they put a strap around the cab so that the door can't come open. And it's not a common occurrence, but when you're hauling tractors every single day, maybe multiple times a day, every once in a while, something like this might happen. And why not just put something around it so it can't? So now I've got a customer waiting on me to get a job done, and I still need to do that job. I'm a long way from home, called my dealer, and he's going to take the tractor and fix it. And I'm going to be out money for this. It's going to cost me to get this fixed because it's my mistake. And he's going to let me use one of his tractors. I want to show it to you real quick. All right, so this is Jake. He's the owner of the tractor yard. They provided this tractor to me. They're going to be doing the repair, and he's loaning me this tractor. Now, first thing I want to say is Jake has his own channel. It's called The Tractor Yard. He mainly does like how-to videos about specific models of tractors and things like that. If you want to check it out, they just did a series on adding a external 3-point lever for certain TYM models. Right now, you've been listening to everything I said about what just happened with this tractor. Do you disagree with anything I said, or is there something that needs added there?
No, I mean, I think you're spot on. I would say that we normally do pull these tractors forward facing just because usually we're trying to pack a bunch of stuff on a trailer, and that's just how we wind up having to pull it. So like he said, it happened to us once or twice over the last 3 or 4 years. And so we've just started to, out of safety measures, just wrap a strap all the way around the cab, like you said. And that just kind of peace of mind for the driver and for us. But definitely something you got to watch out for. Not something that's going to happen to everybody, but you don't want it to happen to you.
So what I'm hoping is the reason I make this video is that it helps one person not have that problem, and that's why it's worth it. So I appreciate you taking time to watch the video. Be safe out there, and I'll see you next time.